Can something as simple as butter really be extraordinary? Or do the Great Taste stars spread the praise a little too generously?
Welcome to Great Taste Ed Reviews, where I taste award-winning food and drink and ask whether these Great Taste stars really deserve the hype. These stars come from the Guild of Fine Food, judged blind by industry experts. Each episode, I take one food or drink category and compare a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, plus a wild card with no stars at all.
And because great flavour isn't always great value, every product gets a 1 to 5 value score. Then, I crown the best all-round choice. Episode 12. Butter. Let's rate the ratings.
Président slightly salted butter is a widely available French butter made with cultured cream, designed to deliver a smooth texture and a gentle salt level. It received 1 Great Taste star in 2024, signalling a product the judges considered simply delicious.
Reviewers praise its smooth texture and creamy flavour, making it versatile for both cooking and spreading. Some say the flavour is quite mild compared with traditional cultured European butters, lacking the depth or tang found in premium varieties. Let's see. Now, I usually like to taste all products that I review alone to judge them on their own merits, but I really don't enjoy eating butter without some kind of base. So I'm going to use these plain water biscuits that contain very little salt and won't intrude on the flavour of the butters. A nice pale yellow colour and a fresh cream aroma. That's very creamy. There's a real taste of dairy richness. It's got a very luxurious mouthfeel. The salt level is restrained and the flavour is clean and milky. It's not hugely complex, but it's very pleasant and very easy to eat. It's a great tasting everyday butter. This is also a pliable butter with a very high fat content, so I think it would be great for baking flaky pastries, things like pies, sausage rolls, croissants, things like that. So did it deserve its 1 Great Taste star? Yes, I think it did. It's balanced and enjoyable, but I don't think it has the depth and flavour complexity to elevate it to the 2 or 3 star level. 1 star feels fair though. I paid £3.50 for 250 grams from Sainsbury's. However, this butter is sold at discounted rates across multiple UK supermarkets, so it can be found at a much cheaper price. So for that reason, my value for money score is a 4 out of 5.
Trewithen Dairy produces traditionally churned butter using rich Cornish cream and sea salt. This butter received 2 Great Taste stars in 2024, an award given to products the judges consider truly outstanding. The butter is made using cream sourced from farms across Cornwall, which helps give it its distinctive deep yellow colour and rich dairy flavour.
Customer reviews frequently mention the smooth texture and a salt level that enhances the flavour without overpowering the cream. Some tasters note the flavour is slightly tangier than standard supermarket butter, which may not suit everyone used to milder butters. Let's see. So this butter promises an attractive buttercup yellow colour, much deeper than most everyday supermarket butters. That kind of colour usually comes from the richness of the cream in the cow's diet, particularly when the milk comes from grass-fed herds. I think it delivers on its promise with a noticeably deeper yellow tinge than most butters. The texture looks quite dense and smooth, which is always a good sign. It holds its shape nicely when you cut into it, and I think that's usually a sign of a well-churned butter with quite a high butterfat content. Very creamy aroma, slightly sweet, very dairy forward. Oh yes, that's lovely. That has a really clean, rich butter flavour, and the salt lifts the cream nicely without overpowering it. It melts beautifully as well. You get that slightly smooth, luxurious mouthfeel. This is exactly the kind of butter that would be fantastic spread onto hot toast or a piece of warm, crusty bread. And in baking, something like shortbread would really benefit from the deeper butter flavour that you get here. So 2 stars. Did it deserve them? I think it did. This is clearly a very well made butter. The flavour is rich, the texture is smooth, and the salt balance works really nicely with the cream. I think 2 stars feels entirely fair for something of this quality. I paid £2.85 for 250 grams from Sainsbury's, which puts it slightly above basic supermarket butters, but still comfortably below many premium brands. For a butter of this flavour and quality, I think that's a bargain. So, my value for money score is no less than a 5 out of 5.
Isigny Sainte-Mère is a renowned dairy cooperative in Normandy, France, producing butter from milk sourced in a protected terroir. Its unpasteurized salted butter received 3 Great Taste Stars in 2024, the highest award given by the judges.
Reviewers love its creamy texture and complex flavour, with notes of fresh cream and hazelnut. Some find it too rich for simple cooking, and the price hard to justify for everyday use. Let's see. This is described as a cultured butter, so live bacteria was added to the cream to ferment for several hours before the butter churning process began. This ripening process is similar to the process of making yogurt, and it's supposed to deliver a more complex and nutty flavour. Deep golden colour and a rich buttery aroma. Wow, that is immediately more complex. It's savoury, slightly nutty, and the flavour really lingers. Some people may not like the lactic tang of a cultured butter such as this one, and they may find that slightly funky, savoury taste a little bit unpalatable, but I think it cuts through the richness of the butter nicely, making it feel lighter and a lot less greasy. This would be delicious melted into a crumpet. And it's the kind of premium butter that would transform something ordinary like a baked potato into something extraordinary. I could also see this working very nicely as a finishing butter, melting over a steak or a piece of fish, or simply tossed through some new potatoes. It's wonderful. So, did it deserve its 3 Great Taste Stars? For me, absolutely. This has the depth and complexity that makes you stop and notice what you're eating. It's a genuinely exceptional butter. I paid £3.45 for 250 grams from Ocado. This is definitely a premium butter, and it costs only a little more than most supermarket brands, but actually costs less per gram than many unawarded premium butters. So based on the flavour and the quality, I think it earns that price. In fact, I would go so far as to say it's a bargain, all things considered. So my value for money score is another 5 out of 5.
Kerrygold Pure Irish Butter is one of the most recognisable butters in the UK and Europe. It's made using milk from grass-fed Irish cows, giving it its distinctive golden colour.
Fans appreciate its rich, creamy flavour, golden colour, and slightly nutty sweetness from grass-fed milk. Others say it is less complex than traditional European cultured butters, and milder when eaten simply on bread. Let's see. This Irish butter is probably the one that most people will recognise because it's so popular. A clean dairy aroma, a lovely golden colour and smooth appearance. It's creamy, slightly sweet, very familiar. Side by side with the others, there is no doubt it's a simpler flavour. It is a delicious tasting butter though. I would happily slather this all over my toast and crumpets in the morning. I would, however, want to avoid the spreadable alternative, which contains a lot of water and added oils that I think compromises the flavour. So does the Dark Horse deserve at least 1 Great Taste Star? For me, I would say it deserves 1, so yes. It's rich and creamy with a well-balanced salty flavour. It's a cut above most other widely available supermarket butters. I think it's absolutely delicious. I paid £2.65 from Tesco, but for only 200 grams. So I think Kerrygold sits somewhere in the middle of the butter price range. For everyday use, it's actually very good value indeed. So my value for money score is a 4.5 out of 5. After tasting all 4 butters side by side, weighing both flavour and value, one clearly stands out from the spread. The butter that delivers the best balance of flavour, character and quality is Isigny Sainte-Mère unpasteurised salted butter. The 3-star champ wins my vote again. It's just richer, more complex and genuinely memorable. Yes, it's the most indulgent, but when butter tastes this good, a little goes a long way. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and comment below. What category should I rate next? More flavour, more value, more stars next time. Let's rate the ratings.